Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, today we're looking at a piece of new technology out of Teckin. They sent me this to check out and see what I think about it. I've got a lot of Teckin smart tech in the house. All I'm missing is one of those, robots that, does your floor for you. I think I'd be pretty much, well, I need cameras too, right? So, Anyways, so this is a wall plug socket, and it said that you can independently control each socket, plus it has a USB charger port on it. So that's kind of cool. So we'll see how this goes. Let's see what it looks like. Aha! Standardized face. Very nice. I like this because I have plans for actually putting this thing outside, actually, in front of the house where I plug my shop in and my car in the wintertime. I think this would be actually kind of cool because I do have a weatherproof cover over that, so I can just reuse its cover. I won't actually need to use this one. So there's our Teckin faceplate, and that's just going to go in like that, and it'll just snap into place afterwards. So that's kind of cool. Now I won't be using this faceplate at all for putting this thing outdoors with. I've already talked to the landlord about this, and he said, well, let's see when you get it, and, because the outside one needs replacing. And I thought, well, it'd be kind of cool, because then when we're sitting out front, because we have a deck out front too, right? We could have a device on charge, because we both have like 10-foot USB cords now for our iPhones and iPads, and so one of us could plug into here and charge one, and the other one can plug their power supply in, and away you go, and I can plug my shop in, away I go. And of course, like I said, we can independently control each one of these, so that's actually quite cool. So we have 3-wire system, of course. That's all we need. Black, white, and green for ground. And we have our manual here. So we'll be able to get it set up and bound to the phone or iDevice. These things, I believe, do work with Android as well, if I remember correctly. Now we can control the majority of our house as it is from our phones right now, so which is great. I mean, some stuff you just don't plug into a smart plug, like your home stereo that has a sensor switch for power. You don't want to mess with that, but other things, yes, definitely, and lights for sure. So they give you pretty clear instructions here, which looks to be good. Adding the device. There's also, for downloading the app, there's the reader, so we do have iOS and Google Play Store for Android. Supports iOS 8.0 and above and Android 4.4 and above. And it's the Smart Life, free app called Smart Life. So you can either use the code or you can just go and download Smart Life. It's kind of up to you on that one. But we've shown these in the past and how easy they are to actually get them up and running, and how to program them. You can put sleep timers on these things. You can do voice control if you have like Alexa or Google in the house, that sort of stuff. You can do voice controlling with them. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to go see my landlord, and we're going to install this thing and get it hooked up and running and show you how it works. And of course we're going to be able to put this thing outside is the idea. So instant for you guys. Alright guys, so we are installed. I would have done an install video for this, but come on, it's 3 wires, it's not that hard. White to white, black to black, green to your ground. Okay, whether it's a green wire or it could be just a, a copper wire, that's your ground. It's pretty simple. Just make sure you turn your breaker off first, so check, plug a light into your socket that you want to change, and then flip your breaker to the appropriate socket. When it turns off the light, you got no juice and you're not going to electrocute yourself and die. Anyways, so be cautious when working with electricity. Trust me, I have been electrocuted by wall sockets when I was a kid, and it really hurts. So, now generally this isn't an outdoor thing, but we do have an outdoor shield on this, and I still have to silicone around the outside. But it can work either way. It's not a big deal. But you can put them in the house too. But our socket out here was going fritzy anyways, and I asked if we could replace it, and he said sure, and he helped me to do that, so that's cool. And now we've got a cool socket because we also have not only control over it no matter where we are, but we also have USB charging. So my wife can even sit out here on the deck and charge her tablet or her iPhone up if she wants to. She's got a 10-foot cable now, right? So lots of length. Or plug whatever you want that's USB in. I actually have just a light hooked up right now. But I've got this little disco lamp, as you can see the top of it. And we're going to turn it on. So this is all being done from the app on the phone. So let me kind of show you what's happening here. So off, on. And then the other socket I don't have anything plugged into because I couldn't find anything else to bring out. But, you know, when it's green and lit, it's on. Okay, so we can switch the socket easy enough. So I'll just unplug this. Now these also seal up, which is good because it also helps protect them, especially if you're going to put it outdoors. It's going to protect that socket. But it's also a kitty-proof thing too. Anyway, so switch number 1. Voila! So switch 1 is on the right side and switch 2 is on the left because it's the orientation in which we put it in. And actually it worked out best that way because then the USB is down below. So with the USB now, we just click there, okay, and that's green. And this is a touch light, so it's kind of like I gotta light it up manually. And I'll just turn it off and power's off. Too simple. So we have a lot of smart tech in the house from Teckin. Like, I do mean a lot. I have sockets that I can't even use. Yeah, so I might be giving some away. I don't know if I'll do a giveaway on the channel, or maybe I'll give a few of them to my landlord if he wants them. Smart tech is actually quite cool. It actually is, but you got to watch what you plug into them because some things you actually shouldn't. Like if your TV turns on with a single click and turns off with a single click, so it's not a push and lock system type switch, you probably wouldn't want to hook your TV to a smart thing because, yeah, you can turn it off, but you can't turn it back on unless you're in front of the TV and you manually do that. Same with our stereo system is a touch switch. Our TV is actually fingerprint switch. It's kind of weird. So some devices, yes, definitely you wouldn't be plugging in, which is another reason why we don't have all of our smart tech devices in use, but we do have a lot of them because Teckin has sent us quite a few of them, and some other companies have sent us some which are also Teckin devices, but some of them are another brand as well. And which is nice to be able to compare brands too on the market and prices and, you know, see how they work, right? And so far the Teckin stuff has been doing extremely well for us. And the other brand, it starts with a G. I can't pronounce it off the top of my head, but they're also working quite well for us. Now, I've tested and have in use a lot of the Teckin products, except the only thing I don't think I've tested so far, they've got a camera that I would love to get my hands on. So if they would send us even a couple of their cameras, that would be neat because they're fully wireless, right? So that's really cool stuff. I gotta have some fun with those. Anyway, so this is nice too because now I plug my shop in normally into here, so if I wanted to, I could leave my power cord plugged in to here and then control the shop from the phone by just simply click on, click off. Or say, because I have done this before, I've actually forgotten to unplug my shop and it's like 3 hours later and I come outside and I'm like, I thought I unplugged it. Apparently not. At least this way I can just check the phone and do it, you know, type of thing. Or on my iPad, because these are iOS and Android device compatible units. Now, you do have to be on the 2.4 gigahertz band of your Wi-Fi system. We use a Rogers Rocket Hub, so it actually runs 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. So if you want to be able to control with stability these devices, you need to make sure that your iOS or Android device is actually on your 2.4 gigahertz band of your router. and then put your computers on the 5 gigahertz if you want. The 5 gigahertz is actually quite a bit faster for the internet anyway. But yeah, it's very simple to set these things up. We have shown in a lot of videos on my channel and my wife, Susan Millard, check her channel out, how to actually set these devices up, and they're very straightforward. And if you do happen to have a mishap where it's like, oh, I didn't get it to go right, it didn't connect, you can do what's called a factory reset. And on this one, it's, well, because of the orientation, it would be the left button here, the left arrow. Push and hold on that button until you hear like a clicky sound. It's actually like a solenoid that's in there, and it resets. And then let go of it, and then continue doing your thing, like say, yep, confirm, blinking, blah, 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 and it'll zip in right away. No problem, and you're good to rock. And once it's set, it's pretty much set unless your phone gets corrupted or, you know, you accidentally delete your program or something. But otherwise, you should be fine to go. So, in my opinion, I think it's a great little device. I would definitely recommend them for indoor use or outdoor, but if you are going to use this particular model outdoor, make sure you have one of these kind of covers. Put silicone around the outside to keep the water out from in behind, because this is against concrete. But do that, and then just when you're not using it, just, you know, unplug your stuff. And close the shield, and it protects it from the weather without a big deal. If you are using this, of course, you can still keep your car plugged into it in the wintertime and keep this up, and the shroud protects it. I've had the shroud open actually in the wintertime. I rarely plug in my car, but of course I do go in my shop at times in the winter, and I've never had any problem with, you know, snow getting in here type of thing. So, you know, it's quite well protected, so that's awesome. So I'd like to thank Teckin at this point for sending me this device to check out. I think it's pretty cool, and I look forward to doing more testing and review videos for their company. I think they have a pretty solid thing going. We've had no problems with their devices. We have had a few things where, you know, getting them initially set up, we've had a few issues there, but, you know, once we read the manual and followed it and we reset it, we were fine and good to go. So, you know, as long as you do that, rock and roll, guys. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, do check these out. There will be a link in the video description below, so if you want to purchase these things, by all means, I would say go for it. Have fun. Smart control your house. I think the only thing we're missing now, other than those cameras, is one of those robots to go around and just clean the floors for us. You know what I mean? We're almost at Bill Gates' house. I wish I had his money. Anyways, thanks guys. We'll catch you on the next one. See ya.